Breaking tonight, new reaction as Donald Trump takes criticism of the media to a whole new level, claiming to be the victim of a conspiracy involving a Mexican billionaire, Hillary Clinton, and the New York Times. Watch.
No paper is more corrupt than the failing New York Times. The largest shareholder in the Times is Carlos Slim. Now, Carlos Slim, as you know, comes from Mexico. He's given many millions of dollars to the Clintons and their initiatives. Reporters at the New York Times, they're not journalists. They're corporate lobbyists for Carlos Slim and for Hillary Clinton. We are not going to let it happen where they decide the outcome of our elections.
And it's not just the New York Times feeling the heat. The crowds at some Trump rallies have begun yelling at reporters, even more so than normal. In fact, police in one city had to monitor the press motorcade after hearing chants like this.
They are so dishonest.
They're chanting CNN sucks. Here now, Chris Stirewalt, co-host of Perino and Stirewalt, and Howard Kurtz, host of Media Buzz. I mean, listen, they've been coming after the media from Team Trump for months now. It does seem to be reaching a fever pitch, though, Chris.
And now there's a Mexican, too, so you've got it all. I don't know why you would need, if there was a conspiracy, let's say there was a conspiracy that, as Trump says, bankers and a global elite and this Mexican billionaire and Hillary Clinton are all part of this cabal to defeat Donald Trump. Why is he helping them so much? Why does he help them every day? Why does he go on the campaign trail and say that the women that accuse him of sexual assault were too ugly? Why does he go on the campaign trail and make in an aside when he's defending himself on sexual assault? Does he stop and say, by the way, I don't think that Hillary Clinton's attractive? It doesn't take a conspiracy to defeat somebody who is defeating himself every day. I do not understand it.
By the way, do we have that soundbite on Hillary? We had that queued up just a bit ago. Do you guys have that? Okay, we're going to get it. Howie, it's to the point now where there are swastika signs showing up about the press at the Trump rallies. The Committee to Protect Journalists has condemned Trump now, saying, like, this is too far. There is, I get it, the media, we're easy to hate, but there is a First Amendment, and what we do actually is important.
Yeah, and clearly Trump is whipping up a lot of sentiment among his base against the media. Look, it is fair for Donald Trump to question whether this is media overkill. There is virtually no other campaign story right now. But there is zero evidence that Carlos Slim, because he owns a bunch of stock, has anything to do with the editorial decisions of the New York Times. There's zero evidence of coordination among the different news organizations interviewing these women on the record. Excuse me?
That doesn't seem to matter anymore, right? I mean, this is the year you can say anything.
Well, yeah, but I'm trying to provide a little bit of reality check here. And the fact is, these women, we don't know whether they're telling the truth or not, as you said earlier, but they're going on the record, they're risking their reputations. And for Trump to be denouncing this media as part of a smear campaign, what it does is it really pleases his base, but I don't see where it's adding any more votes to his column.
Here's the soundbite that we were referencing earlier. Listen.
I'm standing at my podium, and she walks in front of me, right? She walks in front of me, you know. And when she walked in front of me, believe me, I wasn't impressed.
Nah, bro.
I mean, it's constantly.
Don't
Remember,
do it.
he called Carly Fiorina
That
unattractive, and then he tried to fix it by saying she's beautiful, which is, meanwhile, it's like, just stop commenting on our looks. Just stop, like.
Well, and the other thing is, it's not inexplicable how, whether you think the allegations are true, whether you think they're false, whether you think the media overdoes it, if you think the press is rigged, quit helping the rigged press. If that's really what you believe, that it's a conspiracy against you, stop helping.
CNN is going wall to wall on the Trump allegations. I mean, they are going wall to wall. I mean, every single person is getting half an hour, uninterrupted, and it's a little discomforting. These women deserve to have their say, and this is a real story. I mean, this is a real story. But fact-checking it in 12 hours' time has posed some challenges. Let's move on. Howie, I defended Donna Brazile. I defended CNN, saying I cannot imagine CNN ever sharing a debate question, a town hall question, with the candidate prior to a debate. It certainly looks like that did happen now, though, because now we've seen an email that shows the exact question Roland Martin asked Hillary Clinton at this town hall. The exact one was shared with Donna Brazile before he asked it.
You know, Donna Brazile told me she was flabbergasted by this allegation, but she couldn't explain why in her own email to the Clinton campaign she said, I sometimes get the questions in advance. CNN didn't give her the questions, it turns out. Roland Martin, whose TV One was partnering in this town hall, obviously did give this to CNN. Even CNN isn't defending this anymore. CNN anchor Jane Tapper says that this is horrifying and unethical, and it looks bad for everyone. And it really underscores the risk of having, as one of your premier contributors, somebody who was also the #2 official in the Democratic Party. And so to do that and give the questions in advance, I think, clearly is a stain on CNN, which, you know, would never want this to happen.
Well, here's Jake Tapper, to your point. Listen.
My understanding is there has been that the email to Donna came from either Roland Martin or someone around Roland Martin. Journalistically, it's horrifying to have us partner with that person, and then they do something completely unethical and share it with Donna Brazile, who then shares it with the Clinton campaign. I condemn it in no uncertain terms. It's awful.
Chris, I'll give you the last word.
I have no idea how Chris Wallace is going to vote in the election. I have no idea. I've known you for years, Counselor. I have no idea how you're going to vote in the election. I don't know how Bret Baier votes in the election. That's why it's good to have journalists and not partisans running debates and acting as the interlocutors when you have these events.
And think about that. Even on the Republican side this year, the RNC tried to force news organizations to allow Republican pundits to join the debate teams. Fox News said no. And we were one of the only news organizations to refuse. It's fraught with peril. The situation's fraught with peril, as this proves. Good to see you both.
You bet.
Great to see you.